Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Greg, the convicted felon again, back at you. I told you I was going to make another video. Threw on a t-shirt so I don't look like a bomb. Pretty much, I'm going to talk to you about, a little bit about, something about, maybe, about how prison was for me. Number one, it wasn't fun. Number two, and I don't care what anybody says who's been in prison, anybody who's been in prison knows that the corrections officers are more crooked than some of the fucking inmates. That's true. I knew inmates, and I watched firsthand, I watched corrections officers pay outside money to fuck the COs, to fuck the women corrections officers. I've seen it, I've done it. I watched officers get paid to leave other inmates alone with other inmates so they can whoop their ass. I've seen drugs, I've smoked joints in prison. There's pretty much, prison is the same as the outside, but you're locked in, but you can get access to all the drugs and things that you need to get a hold of via the outside, and they come in through the corrections officers or through inmates smuggling them up their assholes, or whatever else method they have planned to get it in there. Number one, it's not a fun place to be. You make the best of what you have, and you smile as many times as you can to ease the pain. Once you realize and you come to terms with it, I got to do a 5, a 10, a 15, a 20, or a life sentence. You come to terms with it and you live it. For the lifers out there that'll probably never see this fucking video, I feel bad for some of you guys that are stuck behind bars for non-violent crimes. But then again, I don't know everybody's situation, and I can't call everybody a good person. I myself lucked out and told the truth. I told on every one of my fucking co-defendants that, number one, they were all adults. I was a fucking child that got drugged up and lost 5 years of his life. Yes, did I as a person say, I'm going to commit this felony? Hell no, I didn't want to do this shit. I tried to fucking back out, and when I did back out, my co-defendant pulled a gun at me and said, "You're going to do this shit," and I was only 17. So, and I never even had sex. I was still a virgin. I was a very timid fat kid. But it is what it is. It's done and over with. There's nothing I really can do about it. I tried to hire lawyers. My cousin, God bless her soul. So she's not dead. I'm saying God bless her. But God bless her that she is one of the top attorneys in her school, and she gave it over to her people, and they said that Florida legislation is not going to let me get rid of my felony. So anyway, back to what I was saying about prison. Number one, you're going to walk into intake after you leave the county jail. You're going to take a bus ride to wherever it's like a holding prison, if you will, until you go to your permanent camp, what they call a camp. Or some people call it, in other states they call it different things, so whatever you want to call it. You go into an intake prison, and you sit there for 2 weeks until they find a prison suitable for you. For me, they stuck me in Brevard County, and they stuck me way down south. My family lived probably about 3 hours from there, and then after that I got in a bunch of fights because I wasn't taking anybody's shit. I wasn't letting anybody steal my shit, so they shipped me to a country-ass prison up in the panhandle of Florida. I don't know why the name's escaping me. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But it doesn't make a difference. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of off track at the thing because I've got a lot on my mind about making these videos and all that shit. But you're gonna go into intake, and then you're gonna go out into your real jail, your real prison, and start doing real time. The things that happen in there, I've seen people die. I've seen a guy that had 2 weeks left before he went home, and because he was so fucking retarded, because in prison where I'm from, in Florida, you have all these letters on your name. You have a name tag you wear constantly. It's got your face and your prison number, and X's mean you're from Orlando, M means you're from down south, Miami, Brevard. You have L's for Lauderdale, for Fort Lauderdale, and basically they all click up. And you're either with the whites, the blacks, the Crips, the Latin Kings, the Bloods, the white supremacists, or you're from Miami-Dade County, or Orlando, or the Panhandle. They all separate, and that's how it's basically the click up. You either choose one, or your ass stays by yourself, and you know how to fight, and you can take care of yourself. I, for one, got lucky because my whole fucking high school class was in prison. Literally. A lot of the kids that I went to high school with, sad to say, are now dead. I think last time I checked, I'm from Florida, and I lived in St. Cloud, and pretty much I think it's like something like 60 or 70%, maybe 80% of my high school class is dead from drugs or prison or overdoses and shit like that. So pretty much prison is just like being out. Well, it's not just like being outside, but if you need access to things, you can get them. Sorry, I'm kind of hopping and skipping subjects, and just kind of got a lot going through the old brain sack. Let's see who text messaged me from my beautiful wife. Yes, honey, I want to go to the farmer's market tomorrow and get some fresh food. But anyway. So pretty much you go to the intake prison for 2 weeks. You chill out there. The intake prison is fucking. It's like heaven. You can smoke cigarettes. You can buy things from the street. But when you get to your new camp, your new prison, you start doing like the hard time. You get a job. You work inside there. I cut hair, so I had like the nicest clothes, nicest boots. I look like a fucking prince in that place. Me and another guy, and we cut hair. The guys that were in confinement and solitary lockdown, we went and shaved their beards and cut their hair. Then again, like they say with life is what you make it. It kind of is that same way in prison, but sometimes there's situations that you can't get yourself out of, and I'm going to explain one to you now. I had befriended a dude, and this dude, for months and months, just talked about personal things, that, and eventually he set me up. So I went out to lunch, they went in my locker, stole all my shit, and then he blamed it. He was the one who told them where it was. Like they didn't fucking know already. But I guess, my friend seen all the shit that I had got, and I put it in my locker, and I went to go to lunch, and they stole all my shit. So now, being that when I was in prison, I could fight like a motherfucker, and even to this day, I'm not bragging, it just is what it is. I can throw hands. So I come back, and I scream out in the fucking whole dormitory, the whole pod, who's got my shit? I called the whole fucking dorm out. I didn't give a shit. I was wild. So I called them all out, and no one came out. I went out to lunch the next day. I come in by myself. There's no one in the dorm, and there are 7 dudes with fucking t-shirts over their face because they don't want to know. They definitely don't want me to know who they are because I'm gonna fuck them up. So they go in to my shit. They start jumping me. I hold onto the sink, almost ripping the sink out of the fucking wall. Because if I would have fell to the ground, they would have stomped me, and I would have been fucked up. So they were punching me. They didn't know how to punch because they were pussies. They fucking punches felt like fucking love on my face. Eventually, I got a hold of one of them afterwards, and I pulled a leg off of a chair, or off of a desk. We had this little metal desk, and I pulled one off, and I beat him half to fucking death. And pretty much no one ever fucked with me after that. In prison, yeah, you got to make a name for yourself. Only the strongest survive in prison. I've seen little white boys get raped by fucking dudes with dicks like 12 fucking inches long right in their asshole. I know it's graphic, and when I say it's graphic, but it's the truth. You talk about drop the soap, that shit that shit really doesn't go down. You drop the soap, you pick it up, you wash yourself. You're not gonna have some dude fuck you in the ass. They're gonna fuck you in your room while you're fucking sleeping, and you're quiet, and tape your ass up and make sure you don't say nothing. And if you do say something, they'll fucking kill you. Some of those people. There are a lot of people in there that are fucked up, and then that's pretty much what you do your time. I've seen so many things. But anyway, I was telling a story because I'm ranting everywhere. I was telling a story about a dude who had 2 weeks left. He had 2 weeks left. He was from Fort Lauderdale, and he was with the Miami clique. He hung with everybody out from Miami and Fort Lauderdale. He had 2 weeks left, and a riot popped off. He got himself involved, and some dude cut him in the stomach from one side to the other. His shit fell out. I sit there and watched it. For some strange reason, I fell asleep and forgot to even go to lunch. If I wouldn't have fell asleep, I probably would have got fucked up myself with the riot that went off. But he ended up dying 2 weeks before he had to go home, and I think that's fucking stupid. But the government, when people like that said, I guess I heard something in prison that his mom got like 2.5 million or something like that from his death. But they don't care. I've seen people shove things up people's asses. I've seen eyeballs pop out. I've seen people's jaws completely come out of their fucking head. I seen this dude. He was a snitch. He got put in our dormitory, I think by accident, supposedly. And the dude he snitched on was in our dorm room, and he waited. The dude got by the door. What's they call it? He's gonna bang on the door. It's called checking out, which means he don't want to be in the dorm because he's scared and that someone's gonna fuck him up. Well, he got fucked up. Dude came down the fucking stairs, This African fellow was ripped. I mean, cut. I mean, I never seen muscles like this in bodybuilders. To put it to you this way, because that's all they do is work out. And he hit this kid square in the jaw, and his jaw separated. See your teeth right here? That it's all connected and shit. That shit went apart. It fucking fell apart in his face. His jaw just came the fuck out. Like his teeth, he spit his natural teeth out like dentures. That's how hard this guy rocked him. And of course he got knocked out. He didn't feel anything. And the guy only hit him once. He didn't. That was it. You know. So yeah, you snitched on me, and you got punched in the face. But this dude hit this dude so fucking hard, and it was me to throw up because I had never seen nothing like that in my life. I was just sitting down playing some spades with the dudes, and all of a sudden everything got quiet. And then dude was by the door because he was trying to get the fuck out of there. And you know, obviously the thing is, the officer seen the motherfucker and said, well, "Get me out of here. I need help." And the officer walked the fuck away. So someone was paid in that situation, and that's what my own eyes seen. And dude got fucking hit in his shit, and bomb, was just knocked out. Teeth came out like dentures. His whole, you could see it. There was a little bit of blood, not a whole lot. You would think to be a whole bunch, but it just shit was just. I've never seen anything. It was like old man with dentures. His teeth came out of his head. But I mean, prison's not a fun place to be in, and I know some people like it in there. I guess I don't know. I don't want to be in there. But there is life after prison. In prison, you get, you know, you get like amenities, like you would at home. You know, everything's expensive. If you want a pack of Newport cigarettes, they're like $10. I don't know what to say. It's just a fucking terrible place to be in. And I think they should have a prison for first-time offenders. Because I think it's inhumane to send somebody, like an 18-year-old, to an adult fucking prison where the 18-year-old doesn't have the adult way of thinking in life and doesn't understand a lot of the things that are going on in life, and they send them into this fucking hole with a bunch of fucking animals. It's not right. A lot of people die. I've seen a lot of people commit suicide. I've seen them hang themselves. It's like I was at war. I got war stories. And I don't fucking want them. I have to have them now, obviously, but I'm saying I didn't want that shit. I didn't want to see any of that stuff go down. I mean, I felt so bad for some of these people. I had it lucky in prison. I was a white guy that was big and threw hands, and people knew that I hit that dude in the head with the fucking thing, and I fucked them all up and all that shit, and they were all like applauding me like I won a fucking Grammy. But I made a name for myself, so no one really fucked me. They had respect for me. They said, "Oh, that white boy's gonna fight for him." So if you don't fight in prison, you're done with. Pretty much it. If you don't throw hands with somebody, or go hit the. I mean, some people go up to the biggest guy and knock him the fuck out, and people get respect that way. But man, it's shitty, isn't it? It really is. It's shitty. I mean, it's especially for me. I went through the whole legal system all at once. I went from juvenile to county jail to prison. And I didn't know nothing. See, the thing is, I wasn't a career criminal. I didn't know anything about crime. I didn't know that. I mean, I was really naive to all that shit. I didn't know that fucking people were out there picking locks and robbing people and killing people. And I was locked up with all those people. I was locked up with murderers and rapists and things like that. And it's not worth it. It really isn't. I kind of struggle now. As far as memories are, I try to rid myself of all of them. I don't know, man. I start thinking about it and it brings back bad thoughts. But it's a good thing because I want to let you guys know how it is in there, and I'm just being real. I'm being 100% real. None of this shit is fabricated or overtold or any of that. It's exactly what I've seen in prison. I mean, I've seen so many corrupt things go down. I've seen guys in their rooms just crying and crying and crying, and there's nothing you can do. You want to scratch the walls and get out of that place and knock it down, and you can't. You're stuck in there. And the thing is that you're hurt, but your family hurts even worse if you have family out there that care. It hurts even worse. And me and my dad, for the first 17 years of our relationship, didn't get along. But when I went to prison, he came and seen me every day, and we grew a relationship. And that I will never throw away. Me and my dad get along great. I love him to death. It took him like 3 years to realize that I couldn't get a job. It was hard. My dad sent me so much money, and still sends me money to this day for birthdays and stuff like that. He's very, very supportive. And out of all that, that's the one thing that I cherish. That prison brought me and my dad together. It might sound fucked up, but it's the truth. I gained a relationship out of all that. So in essence and in the end, I really did win in the end. I got a felony in my record. I got to deal with it. You know, it sucks, but it is what it is. You know, so I mean, I try to do the best that I possibly can in my life, and do the best, and I think you can too. I think you guys out there who have felonies can persevere and you know, rock it out. Man, my wife's text messaging me like a bunch. But you guys can do it. I'm going to end this video. I know I kind of ranted. I had a subject line already for this, but I just said, fuck it, I'm going to wing it. But keep your head up. Do the best you can. I'm Greg, the convicted felon. And I'll see you in the next video. I think I'm going to make one more. Who knows? Alright. Love you guys. Bye.